This is Joshua of Lymphedivas, and we're addressing a topic so many therapists ask us about, and it has to do with the compression in the sleeves that are created. So Josh, you tell them all about this wonderful creation.
Sure. So even though we make pretty garments and lightweight garments, even from our starting as a company, it's always been these must be true medical grade compression. So what we have always done from the very beginning is whenever we get garments in, we verify that the compression is at the expected levels that we assume that it is going to be. So if we're looking at a 20 to 30 millimeter of mercury garment, what really that means is that the compression begins at the wrist somewhere between 20 millimeters at the lower end of the wrist sizing versus 30 millimeters of mercury at the upper end of the wrist sizing. But then the garment should also be graduating appropriately. So we want to make sure that it is at those ranges and expectations, not just at the wrist, but also at the forearm and the bicep. So what we have here is a Saltzman compression testing device, which utilizes a probe like this, where there's different points along the probe that it measures how much pressure it takes until that little sensor has separated. And then it tells you it took X amount of millimeters of mercury to do that. And what we have done is for each of our sizes, this is an example of a medium, we have tubes that we've created. This is the lower end of the wrist compression circumference sizing, the forearm, the bicep, and then the upper end of the wrist, the forearm, and the bicep, so that we are able to put this probe along the form, place the garment on top of it, and then run the machine to tell us how much compression did it take to break that seal at the wrist, which tells us at this circumference they're getting approximately 20 millimeters of mercury of compression, and then doing that the same for each of these. And once we have verified that yes, the values are within what we expect, then we bring that into inventory and be able to process it. But doing this was sort of a twofold thing. One was that we wanted to make sure for ourselves that these were doing what they were supposed to do, but also that we had heard that a lot of other people saying, oh, these are lightweight, they're pretty, they're not real compression. And so by doing this and then publishing this through our Fitter's Aid app, we are the only manufacturer that has actually said this is what our garments are doing for you at your circumference point, to not just say these work, but show this is how they are working.
So you can be fit and fashionable and within medical grade of compression garments, and this is the science behind it. So
yes,
and
as I said in the beginning, it's not the bitter medicine that has to work. It can be that sweet medicine.
So thank you so much on behalf of all the ladies, especially those, hey, this is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Don't forget the lymphadudes.
Yeah, don't forget the lymphadudes. Thank you, Miss Saskia. I'm just going to, this is Saskia from the Board of Massage, Madam President, Board of Massage of Massachusetts, and we're here live in Massachusetts. And hey, if you want to leave us a comment and have any questions for any of us, please feel free to do so. Thank you, guys.